This is our first meditation. Let's call it our first mindset tune-up. I'm going to encourage you guys to find yourself in a posture that feels comfortable. I'm going to encourage you guys to find yourself in a posture that's also seated and upright with a straight, strong back. You don't have to be levitating in cross-legged double lotus position. You can be on a chair, you can even be up against the bed rest. But I encourage you guys to free up your upper body so you can actually carry the balance of your upper body evenly from the core of your being. I want you guys to allow your eyes to drift, not from one thing to another, but inwardly to a focal point. Maybe with eyes a little bit half closed or completely closed. Mine are completely shut because in this world, having just woken up, I'm still between the realms of dreaming, where my unconscious gets to express everything so much more freely, and the woken, the so-called reality, where my consciousness takes over and tries to direct the stage play of my life. So, having already listened, hopefully, to the here and now guidance, I'm going to suggest that you guys, from this seated position, with a straight back, eyes loose, inward, chin slightly dipped, body relaxed, jaw unclenched, tip of the tongue loosely towards the front and upper roof of the mouth, if you like. There's no rules, by the way, if that feels okay. If you're lying down horizontally with a beer in your hand at 6 o'clock in the morning, 10 o'clock in the morning, whatever it may be, the fact that you're listening to this is already showing that you're guiding yourself towards the best place you can be in the way that you know best, in the here and the now. So take my cues, or don't. Take cues from yourself, from your own intuition. All right, that's enough instructions. With your posture strong, legs in cross-legged position if you can, eyes closed, face loose, breathing deeply into your belly. We'll just slow that down a little bit. Feel the breath coming through the nostrils with the mouth closed. Allow the sense of the air to be consciously acknowledged as it passes through the nostrils, down the back of the throat, down the bronchioles, and into the lungs, filling the lungs from the bottom of the lungs, the middle of the lungs, the top of the lungs, the front, the back, like balloons, filling them up with such honoring that the breath penetrates every cell of the lungs. Pausing for a brief moment at the top of the breath before releasing the breath completely. not forcibly, not overly slowly, just the breath falls out of you. Continue breathing as I speak, knowing that my breath is going to be at a different rate to yours, breathing in your own time. At the same time as experiencing the feel of the breath moving through the nostrils and filling up the lungs, I encourage you guys to adopt a sense for the yogic breath, where you feel the bottom of the belly with the imagined perception that you're able to breathe into it. The bottom of the belly extrudes, imagining from below the belly button to become full like a balloon. The belly comes out, and as you move your way through the inhalation, imagine that you're breathing higher and higher, fuller and fuller into your body, from the bottom of the belly upwardly through the diaphragm. Imagine the diaphragm dropping as the lower ribs expand. Continue to breathe as I'm expressing this, as you take this in loosely, not overly adherent or not too tightly, just loosely. Hold my words as you continue in the process, discovering for yourself the idea that breathing can bring us to the here and the now. You're feeling your breath into your body, you're feeling your body with your breath. Imagine that you can actually breathe all the way into the tips of the lungs at the top, expanding the chest, allowing the rib cage, front, back, lower, middle and upper to expand with this honoring of the breath, with this honoring of the body. Imagine that you're breathing into your neck at the top of the breath and into your head and beyond the skin. Take it further into the arms, into the lower body as well, breathing into the whole body with the experience of breathing in and upwardly, outwardly and beyond. Again, pausing at the top of the breath for that brief moment of gratitude for the here and the now, before letting the breath just fall out through the nostrils or through the mouth. Through the nostrils if you choose. It's the way that it's typically taught in this type of breath. Following the sensations of the body, going from expansion through the inhale to surrender, letting go, perhaps even a sense of contraction as the shoulders fall away, as the chest cavity and ribs contract again, as the lungs empty, as the belly retracts back to its original position, moving closer towards the spine. And at the bottom of that exhalation, allowing yourself to be free from any thoughts, past, future, acknowledging any thoughts in the here and the now, and surrendering to the reactions that in other places we might be more inclined towards. Letting go means at the bottom of the exhalation, we've got nothing that we're hanging on to. And it's this beautiful place of serenity and peace before breathing in again. So on and so forth. Acknowledging any mental activity, any thoughts. They come at the rate of, it's suggested 40,000 of them a day. And perhaps if you can be aware of the thoughts as you see them and let go of them, as you acknowledge them, let go of your need to react to them, oh shit, I was going to make lunch for the rest of the week, but I haven't given myself time. Or I was going to do this, or I was going to do that. Or, oh shit, it's raining, I better be prepared to let go of it all. This is simply a 5 to 10 minute, 15 minute at most practice of being here and now, and you guys owe it, we all owe it to ourselves. We owe it to our bodies, which every time that we surrender, you can imagine the body just releasing itself of the burden. We're releasing ourselves of the burden of all the shit we've been carrying from the past in preparation for this unknown future, through the fears that we're not enough in the here and the now, picking up our bags and this, there's this weight, this burden of everything that we've got to be. We're letting go of all of those weights, all of those burdens at the bottom of the breath. And as we breathe in again, we acknowledge with the clarity that comes through the inhalation, through the piercing awareness of the present, we acknowledge whatever it may be that we're drawn towards, inclined towards in the experience of the here and the now, and we also do our best not to hang on to it, and even more so with the gratitude that this is who we are in the here and the now. At the top of the breath, we give ourselves the opportunity to release ourselves of these burdens as we exhale, as we let all these things fall away, as the breath moves out of us once again, as we relax, as we nourish and honor ourselves in the present without all this bullshit, baggage and burden that we've been conditioned to believe that we need to continue stressing ourselves under the weight of carrying. All right, guys, so we're at the 12-minute mark. Typically, you guys can find your own rate, but I'm going to encourage you all to pick a number, a favorite number. Right now, I'm going to suggest the number 7 is where I'm at for so many reasons that I'm also letting go of. And that will change. All of this will change. But for now, I'm going to breathe in and out in a cycle of 7 breaths. And I suggest you guys to work with what works with you. I'd imagine that through the course of me speaking here, that you would have maybe completed 2 rounds of 5 or 6 breaths, maybe 7 as well. I encourage you guys to work with 3 rounds of the cyclic breath, of however many it may be, at the least. And every time you find yourself falling away from the present throughout your day, if you can try and be mindful of the opportunity that you gave yourself to set your mind, to tune your mind and your body into the present with this practice at the beginning of your everyday, you can recreate this experience of peace and tranquility, of not being burdened by our mind and our reactions, and allow that experience of contentness to permeate beyond yourself, and last but so not least, become the experience of everyone that you come into contact with throughout your day. Okay, so this is your foundation practice.